Welcome to Limaland Motorsports Park. This tiny quarter mile here is a fantastic racetrack. It's dirt tonight, and we get to go dirt racing for the Turkey Chase 125 tonight, and we get to go late model racing, and this tiny little bull ring, Finian, is going to be a lot of fun. We got a bunch of heat races coming up and a 125 lap feature, all going for a $400 purse here this evening, and I'm so excited to go dirt racing tonight, Finian. Not something we do a lot here on SYM TV.
No, it isn't, and I think this is our first dirt race with actual dirt cars. We have done some dirt races with the trucks in the 3-way truck series. They went to about 3 different dirt events throughout their season, but this is the first time we're going to be with actual dirt cars and with the dirt late models, the pro version specifically of them, so this should be a fun race. And,
of course, these cars, Finian, this is the first time we've done a dirt race where the cars are meant for the track, and that's going to mean a lot of things here. A lot more mechanical grip in these vehicles than there are on the NASCAR Truck Series bodies, so the suspension's tuned. You're going to see these guys three-wheeling a lot, picking that left front tire up and rotate around the corners. But again, looks like we're going to have 4 heats here tonight, a C and B main, and then a 125-lap feature going for the big bucks here tonight at Limaland Motorsports Park. I'm Kyle Heyer here with Finian DeCuna, and we got a doubleheader here tonight with MLRS, the Midwest Late Model Racing Series, and then we go to Virtual Racing League action later tonight from Michigan Speedway. So follow us along at 10 o'clock Eastern Time after the MLRS completes the race here this evening. And we'll go live about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this event for that race. All right, Finian, tonight we got a lot of new names here and a very tiny track that is known for multi-groove racing here, and we have a setup tonight that's supposed to offer racing up on the top, on the bottom, around the cushion of this place. So when you're driving a late model here, Finian, obviously a lot more grip than I'm used to driving. I'm not a really big dirt guy, but you have purchased this car, and you said this is one of the most fun dirt cars there is to drive.
yeah, honestly, it's significantly easier, in my opinion, my humble opinion, to drive this than the dirt sprint car. You can just get a lot more tail happy. You can really, the car sticks to the track so well compared to the sprint car. Sprint's a lot harder to drive. It requires a pretty different skill set as well. So, and also a fun thing that you can do with these cars, you can bump each other a little bit. You can be a little bit aggressive. You're not going to jump each other. You can door people, and it's going to be some really aggressive racing, especially with some money on the line tonight.
And 16 drivers will enter the full feature here later tonight. We have 30 on the grid, so we're going to have to about cut that field size in half, and we're going to do it via 4 heats, then a C main, then a B main, and then that'll narrow down our field down to 16 of the best drivers here tonight. A couple notable people here, Finian. Tyler Hudson in this number 01, qualified 18th right now in that number 01 car, so expect to see him running well here tonight, and he'll be a special eye to watch here later in this event.
Yeah, like we said earlier, money on the line here, $400 worth in prize money here, all awarded to the top 10 finishers in the feature, $100 to the winners. So these guys are really competing for something.
All right, well, we have to talk about the dirt here, Finian. Of course, asphalt, a very different style of racing, but here tonight, you got to talk about the cushion, all right, Finian, up against that wall. And here's a picture of turns 3 and 4. Up against that wall, that dirt kind of collects in a big mound right up against that wall, and the drivers up top will have to use that to their advantage. And the loose dirt, a lot grippier than the packed down stuff you're going to find towards the bottom. So the drivers are going to be searching for grip all night here tonight, and using that raised berm up against that outside wall is going to be important. But as the drivers work their way through the heats, that cushion is going to move farther and farther up against that wall. And if you jump that cushion, you're going to damage your race car.
Yeah, and even in addition to the cushion, just the lines changing in general, the lines that some of these guys are going to be running in these heats, they're going to be running pretty much completely different lines by the time we get to the feature. The track's going to be so worn in. There's no machinery that comes out on the track to kind of reset it mid-race. They go on the same surface the whole time, and as it gets worn out. So you're going to see the lines that these guys take drastically changes as the night goes.
You see the intense detail that iRacing has added to the dirt surface is absolutely gorgeous graphically here within iRacing. So I'm ready to see it in action here tonight. We got a lot of racing on hand for you here this evening from SYM TV. Again, our first real dirt race in terms of using actual dirt equipment, and I'm excited to watch this one go and watch these guys tackle it all for the big money here tonight. And I was mentioning earlier that this is not an insignificant amount of money on the line here tonight. A lot of this is actually more money than most dirt tracks have available to real winners. So this is there's a lot of guys going for the turkey here tonight. All right,
yeah,
well,
definitely. So we're going to start our first of 4 heats tonight. There is going to be about 8 to 7 drivers in each heat. The top 2 in each heat will advance all the way to the feature. So this is very important for some of these guys.
All right, let's take a look at your starting grid right now. Zach Leonardi on the pole in that number 24 car. Andy Jones in the 911 on the outside front row. Alex Bergeron in the number 12 sitting there in third. Kyle Pearson in the 60 in fourth place. Kyle Morris in the number 93 will be in fifth place. John Hayne in the number 3 in 6th. Kyle Surratt. There's 3 Kyles in this heat. What are the chances of that? He'll be starting in 7th in the number 18 car, and Matt Hendren in the number 64 will be in P8. So a lot of Kyles in this race here, Finian. So the odds are for them. I'm going to be rooting for him here as well, myself.
Okay, if it all works out, only 2 Kyles will be able to make it to the feature. One's going to be left out. So
well, I don't like those odds. All right, so as we wait for everyone to get gridded up, we're just waiting on the 64 Matt Hendren, but 15 laps here, that's not a lot of time, Finian. So if you're starting in the back like Kyle Surratt or Matt Hendren, you're really going to have to start throwing some sliders early. And we talk about slide jobs a lot here tonight at these tiny quarter-mile racetracks. It's an important way of life. You have to get that car rotated down to the entrance of the corner and then slide up in front of your opponent so that they can't get the drive off from the high side. It's a tricky move to make, but it's really the bread and butter of dirt track racers.
Yeah, definitely. You're going to see guys swinging in different lines mid-corner. They might be starting on the high. They might turn it down low and try to get a good run off the corner. It's a bunch of different things you can do on the dirt as compared to asphalt.
As we wait for Hendren to grid up, we have another couple seconds until he's got that opportunity. Go for a couple pace laps and turn him loose for 15 laps. And right now, the track's in a pretty fresh state. So Hendren will not grid, notably, here. So 7 cars on the grid, not 8. But the track's pretty fresh looking here. It's a little bit compacted, but that upper groove has the grip right now. And I think you're going to see some drivers go to the top side, but it's very wide here. Look, it's about 8 or 9 lanes across. So Finian, if you're in a late model right now, at the start of a race like this, you're going for the bottom for the top.
I would honestly try the bottom lane just for the first few laps again. I'm not entirely sure how worn this is because the track seat was carried over from practice and qualifying, so it's kind of hard to tell. But I think try at least the bottom line for the first 2 laps, see how it works. If it's not working for you, start moving up the track until you're starting to find some grip and find some.
All right, 1 lap to green here, Finian, for 15 laps for heat number 1 here tonight for the Turkey Chase 125. And Zach Leonardi, that number 24 Chevrolet Camaro, will be starting on that front row and turn them loose here in about a half lap as the Ford FR500 pace car. I'm amazed that pace car is driving so well here on the dirt. No truck here this evening. Anyway, as we come out of the final corner, green flag flies, and we're going here at Limaland. Look at that 911 all the way up on the top already, but got the 12 down to the inside now. That's Alex Bergeron, and 911's really trying to make that outside groove work, but already the 12... And behind him, is that the 60? Yes, it is. Kyle Pearson down to the inside a little bit.
You can really see some guys working for different lanes. You see the 911 jump up of Jones, jump up to the top side, trying to make that work. But it looks like the 12 of Bergeron starting to make...
And down to the inside he goes. He's trying to run that inside line. Now look at how much they're hanging the tail ends out here. Contact between the 911 and the 12. A little bit of rear end damage to that number 12 of Bergeron. But as they work their way out, already 12 laps to go here at Limaland.
And they're 3 wide there for 3rd place. You can see the 911 dropping back really fast. So here comes the 93, though, Morris on the inside.
That 93 car's up a couple spots here already. Riding right on the nose cam of that number 93 car as we work our way down, already right alongside. And it's going to get a little bit physical here, especially in the feature race later tonight. You're going to lean on these fenders a lot here. That's what they're for. The 911, look at him hanging that car out, but not the grip up there just yet. Finian, he's gone down a couple spots since the start. The 3 of John Hayne just bounced hard off the wall in the front straightaway.
Oh, and the 911, gets hooked into the wall by the 93.
Oh, huge crash there. The 911 smacks the wall, as you mentioned there, Finian. Caution out here. 9 to go. So Andy Jones, not having the start he wanted to this, dropped back a couple spots and now wrecked early. Let's go take a look at it. And up against that outside wall, we see him trying that. And not sure what causes this. The 3, you can see the 3 hit the wall behind him. Oh, he hooks the 93. They catch wheels and hook straight into the concrete, and that's a huge impact there.
Yeah, so very tough break for the 911 of that is Andy Jones. So he's going to have to be all the way in the back, and I doubt he's going to have much to work with in that late model now. So he's going to have to settle in and do his best in main C, I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, the C main. There we go.
Yeah, well, we got a lot of action here tonight, and we still have 3 heats left after this one to determine the starting grid for that later race. And we're already coming back to the green flag here, Finian. And Zach Leonardi looking real strong in that number 24. And Alex Bergeron's going to have to try a little bit harder to get that spot away.
You can see these guys pacing on the outside. Dive back in. Look at that. Green flag's back in the air, and
Wow.
he takes the lead.
Slides right up in front of the 12 to run away, and they got a lap car. That's Matt Hendren, who's got a late start up in front of them. They might have to deal with him before this race is over. 5 now coming to 4 to go. And Bergeron's starting to put pressure on that number 24.
He doesn't have to do much, but although this is working for the pole position here in the feature between these two guys, so he does have some bit to work with. Otherwise, he's going to be starting in 5th.
And behind them,
what the 12's like.
Behind them, Pearson and Morris battling now. That's the 60 and the 93. And Pearson's got it. Morris wants it. But back up towards the front. Leonardi's starting to work harder now as Bergeron closing in. 2 to go. Can he pull off something at the end here? It looks like there's still a lot of grip in the racetrack, so there's really grip everywhere, and they're just trying to find out what the best way to swing these cars around in. This is actually a real tiny track for these cars. As we come now down to the final lap, and Zach Leonardi leads now. Swings the car around.
It's enough. 12 rides the tires, and out of turn 4, here comes Leonardi. Checkered flag. He's going to take the win.
Checkered flag for the number 24, Alex Bergeron, up to 12th, or excuse me, up to 2nd in that number 12 car. Started back in 3rd spot, so got it away from that number 911, and just like that, first heat complete here at Limaland. All right, now we're getting set up for heat number 2 here, just like that. It was very quick. And Jordan Casey, the number 442, starting on the front row of this one alongside Eddie Underwood in the 44. Steven Spees in the number 55 in 3rd. Colton Collins in 4th. Tyler Hudson in the number 01 in 5th spot. Curtis Uphoff in the number 129. And Tristan Vesterby in the 00, starting back in 7th place.
Yeah, and I think what a lot of these drivers have learned now watching that first heat go underway is that the bottom side is looking to be the more dominant line. That top side just not in just about yet. You can't really do much out there at the moment. So I think a lot of these guys are going to chuck it in, try to get to the bottom as quick as possible.
Yeah, you can see there's still a lot of loose dirt up there on the high side, so the grip is there. The problem is, Finney, is that there's grip on the bottom too. And everybody knows the simple physics of an oval, the inside's the shortest way around, and with the grip down there right now, that's going to be the quick way. However, as we work our way through the night, that grip is going to slide up towards the wall, and the quickest drivers will be rim riding by the end of the night. That's my prediction as we come now to 1 to green for heat number 2. Jordan Casey in the 442 alongside Eddie Underwood. Those two will bring us down to green as the Ford FR500 pace car makes its way around. And pretty calm first heat there. One accident between the 911 and the 93. But that first heat, pretty much what we expected as we work our way now around turns 3 and 4. And they're green.
There you see Casey got a fantastic start ahead of the 44.
There's Colton Collins alongside the 53, or excuse me, the 55 of Steven Spees. And Spees gets through, and that leaves Colton Collins now to defend from Tyler Hudson in the 01.
See Hudson trying the middle line around the track.
Oh, we got hard in the wall behind him, Finian. Curtis Uphoff and Tristan Vesterby. Big crash out there in turn number 1. They'll continue rolling. Back up front, Jordan Casey, Eddie Underwood, 1st and 2nd. Steven Spees, Colton Collins, 3rd and 4th.
So now Hudson has a lot less pressure from behind there. You see him trying to maybe roll a little bit lower to the bottom now, trying to get around the 53.
Riding on board the gyro cam here with Tyler Hudson, and this is a cool shot here, Finney. It sees, look how little you can see out the right side of that car, and you get that car so pointed towards the inside, you can't really see a whole lot. These roofs are also very low to the ground here, Finney, and your field of vision not very good.
Yeah, definitely not, especially when you're sideways too. You're looking to the inside of the track rather than forward a lot of times. As you can see them all working their way around. You see the 44 of Underwood getting really close to Casey now, almost to his back.
These drivers are working real hard. A little bit of contact there between the 44 and the 442, but they'll continue going straight. Eddie Underwood wants that spot, and the bumpers all fair game here tonight in the Turkey Chase 125 as they work their way now through 3 and 4, down to 7 to go as they work their way around now.
I think Underwood might be a little bit faster than the 442, but I just don't think he has enough place to really make the move.
Again, this is really the high grip situation. This is going to be the worst the track's driving all night for these drivers. And by worst, I mean, it's going to be extremely comfortable to make your way around wherever you want to go. But the race car drivers, they want it slick out there. They want it slippery, they want it greasy and packed down and hard as clay. And that's going to be later tonight. You see Tyler Hudson trying to get past the 53 of Colton Collins. 55 is Steven Spees, also trying to get down to the inside of Eddie Underwood. Passing looks difficult for now, Finian. And as the track wears out, that's going to get easier. But right now, this is important as you see Tyler Hudson to the inside. A little bit of contact with the side of the 53, and they'll continue coming out of 4 laps to go.
See Hudson maybe trying to roll the outside, but can't get it done. He's too far away from Collins, I think.
He threw it in deep, accelerates off. Nope, trying the outside for a second. And down to the inside they go again, but look at the head of them. There's Spees and Underwood door to door as they go through 3 and 4. 3 laps ago, now coming to 2.
Yeah, Spees is trying to chuck it up on the bottom. Again, just no place to really make it work at the moment. He's all the way towards the tires trying to get as much to the inside as he can, but again, it's really hard to make the pass.
Yeah, that inside lane not really going as much as I thought it would. The previous race, we saw some people make it work down there, but as we come down to the white flag, Hudson's going to have one more run at Colton Collins for that 4th spot. Down to the inside he goes. He's going to throw it and try to make it down there, but Jordan Casey out of the final corner collects the heat number 2 victory. Eddie Underwood 2nd, Steven Spees 3rd. Colton Collins will hang on to 4th spot. Tyler Hudson loops it around for 5th. Curtis Uphoff and Tristan Vesterby involved in that lap number 2 collision out already here tonight. Well, it's been a lot of action. These are such quick races here, Finney. It's kind of hard to catch your breath.
Yeah, I know, because the next one loads right in, and these guys are gritting up now for heat number 3.
All right, starting on the front row of heat number 3, Drew Hopkins in the 157, Lucas Chowning in the number 47. Then behind them, Jaden Walker in the 090, Aaron Kitchen in the 17. And then in 5th place, you have Nathan Kassler. 6th, Brandon Cretan. And Joshua Lee in the number 09. He'll be starting in 7th. And again, I apologize if you guys are watching this race back later. I apologize for the name butchering. Our first race with this group of guys. And it's nice to, when you're with a group of guys recurring every couple of weeks, it's nice because you can get to know the names. But here tonight, just a one-off event, and we're going to definitely butcher at least 5 or 6 names here tonight.
That's why I usually stick with the car numbers. Can't say those wrong.
Yeah, that's true. All right, on to heat number 3. So we're getting down to it already here, Finney. And again, the big bucks at the end of the night. These guys have that in their mind, and they're going to throw the moves they need to make, but just waiting on the track to come to them. And the grip level, still the middle of the racetrack, seems like it's the place to be. The bottom, you bog down too much. The top, too long around. These drivers have to get creative if they want to make up some spots. Coming now to the start of heat number 3. Waiting for that pace car to peel off and turn them loose. That 157 and the 47, those guys are in the best spots of everybody. Starting right up front. They don't have to pass anybody. Just hold on to those spots. Green flag in the air. And immediately, the 157 pulls up right in front of Lucas Chowning and begins to drive away the 090 to the inside.
Walker really on the charge, trying to get around the 47. Can't get it done. Remember, that's for a transfer spot all the way to the finals. So he wants to get that now, otherwise he's going to have to settle in for the B main in his current position.
Around the outside, now the line, you can see, start to see the track kind of drying out there in the middle there. Wow, who's way up the racetrack? Is that the 09? Actually, it's not the 09, it's the 21 of Nathan Kassler. Look at him riding the rim. It's the first driver we've seen really experiment up there other than the 911, and it didn't work out for the last driver that tried it. And right now, he's starting to drive away from that 02 on the, or 09 on the inside, excuse me.
Yeah, he's starting to drive away. Not enough really grip to make a pass, but he is maintaining ground at least, not losing ground. So that's the upside for the 21, although he's starting to be under attack by the driver behind him of a...
This is a risky move to run that high lane here early because it's unproven out there. We haven't seen anybody really make that work, but here he is now kind of riding that cushion and getting that acceleration off. He's carrying a lot more speed down the straightaway, but he's got to get up to the outside of these cars before this race is over.
Battle for the lead, though, however, the 157 and the 47, they're both driven away from the rest of the field, and they have a battle on their hands for first.
Looking from high above, that 47 car just trying to get to the inside, but this is what we've seen, Finian, is that middle lane so tricky to get alongside someone without running into them. And if you go any lower, you bog down. You go any higher, and the lead car just drives away. So 47 trying all sorts of creative efforts, as is the 090 of Jaden Walker.
You see Chowning look to the outside. He's been trying to work the high line. I think, oh, gave a little bit of a bump to Hopkins there and as they head into...
See Dirt flying as the 47 gets right up against the wall on corner entry, and still behind them, that number 21. Oh, we got one in the wall. That's Joshua Lee, and the number 09 bounced off it pretty good and got some damage to the right side of that car. But coming to 5 to go, we mentioned that 21 trying that upper lane, still working it out there in 5th.
Honestly, don't count out Walker just yet. He might be able to have something here for Chowning in 2nd, so they're going to have one last fight. He has one last shot again to try to make it to the feet.
And if anybody knows how to drive this race car in this condition, it's going to be Jaden Walker in that number 90. He's the one that built the setup here, as far as I know. And so he's going to be real good with that. He's probably had a lot of practice with it. You see the MLRS logo on the hood of that race car. And he's got 3 laps to get something done. The 47 and 157 ahead of him battling.
Yeah, here they come, 2 laps to go. You see, oh, Chowning now work to the outside again. Not enough momentum there to work with to try to make the pass.
Down to 2 to go, coming around to the white flag. Can the 47 throw a slider? We haven't seen anybody try that yet, but he's going to have an opportunity down to the inside. Here he goes, all the way to the bottom. Can keep the momentum. Here comes Jaden Walker now to the outside, and the 157 of Drew Hopkins is going to come back around and collect that heat number 3 victory. And before heat number 4 starts up, we'll be right back in just a moment. All right, welcome back. Just had a slight technical difficulty. We're getting sorted out, but Tyler Ducharme, the number 25, starting on pole here. We're already pacing, so we're going quick here. Brian Wayent there in the number 88. Aaron Smith, Jacob Walker, George Casto, Daniel Muldrew, and Andrew Fessenden there in the number 292. That's your starting grid here. It's on the left-hand side of your screen, so if people know how to pronounce those names better than me, please go for it. But, of course, that's not my strong suit as we work our way around to go green here for another 15-lap feature event. Coming up here in just a couple minutes. Got a C and B main to get through first. Green flag in the air, and the 25 turning way down. That's one thing I've seen a lot of drivers do tonight, Finian, is on that green flag, they pull that car down to the bottom very quickly to get that straight drive off the corner.
Yeah, it's very easy for the leader to secure the lead that way, and they can get away from the 88 and the 70 falling behind.
70 of Aaron Smith working that upper middle groove. That's a place we haven't seen a whole lot of people try out yet. And the number 19 of George Casso just chucked it down the inside. Wasn't able to make up a lot of ground on Jacob Walker, but certainly a good, valiant try. Now, I'm beginning to see that middle groove really start to dry out, especially on corner entry, where those, you see that where the 19 is right now. That entry is beginning to dry up, and these guys are having a harder time keeping it to that middle groove and are starting to slide up and out of it just a little bit. So we're going to see that groove move around a lot, but it's already happening.
And the 88 of Wyand, he's really trying the bottom side of the track, jumped the tires at one point, trying to get some speed. And Ducharme, the 25 ahead of him, is just really nailing that middle to high line. So, again, starting to see these guys move further and further up the track.
Battle for third heating up. It's the 70, the 96, and the 19, nose to tail. And that 96 of Jacob Walker up a little bit higher than the guys around him. The 19 of George Casto down a lane trying to find the grip there. Right on board with Casto. Hear him get out of the gas there. Didn't want to run into the 96. And throttle control, one of the most important aspects of dirt racing. And you see Casto doing it excellently as we look for the lead now. We have a battle on our hands. And it's the 25 of Tyler Ducharme and Brian Wayant in the 88. And it's getting close here, Finney. And we're going to come down to 7 to go. The 88's right alongside him. Can he get the drive off the corner?
I don't think so. It's going to be, oh, he's actually got a fender this time by. Here they come side by side now.
Not a lot of room. Jumps the tire on the inside. Can't get the power down as well as the 25. He'll have to try around the outside a little bit. Got a better run that time through, but the 25's in front of him. Where do you go?
There's not much else to really do except Dorm, and I don't really think he wants to do that just now. Don't want to really make enemies at this point in time, but they're really trying the bottom. He's the only one that's really been sticking down there. Everyone else has been kind of moving up the track searching for grip. still persistent on being down there.
He got a real good run through the middle of the corner, but was not able to carry that momentum off, and he falls back again a couple tenths behind the 25. Continue his drive forward.
Oh, and now it looks like he's tapped the 25 a little bit, knocked him loose. He's going to charge around the outside now.
To the outside goes the 88. Can't get it done out there. Can he turn the car down and drive off the corner exit? He's alongside. Can he throw it down the inside to get there? Contact door to door. 3 laps to go. Now coming to 2. The 88.
Trying to...
Go ahead. Up over the tires.
Trying to get the run.
He is there. Can he complete the pass, though? Too much angle. The 88's going to lose some ground. Behind them, a battle for third.
And AC Charm he's going to take back the lead and secure it as they're on the white flag right now.
And coming back to the checkers, can the 88 throw something here? Down to the inside, a little bit of contact, but out of the final corner. Ducharme hangs on. Behind them, Aaron Smith hangs on to third, Jacob Walker fourth, Casto fifth. The 9 of Muldrew and the 6 of Andrew Fessenden will going to trade spots there at the very end. So, wow, what an intense finish that was for those spots there. All right, we're on to a C main here, Finian.
Yeah, this should be the drivers that finished round 6 place on back. They're all going to be thrown into this race. And I'm trying to pull up how many of these guys will advance. It actually, I think it's on the thing here. So yeah, 5 drivers. The top 5 of these drivers will advance to the B main. Everyone else will be eliminated. No second chances at this point.
We're getting down to it. Next race is a B main. That's another 30 lapper. And then the 125 lap feature event here, the Turkey Chase 125, presented by SYM TV, as the 0-1 of Tyler Hudson leads him off. And Hudson didn't really have a great heat race, but here he is sitting on the pole. All he's got to do, Finian, is hang on. And drivers typically do better hanging on to spots than they do having to go up there and pass people.
Yeah, definitely so. And these guys have a little bit more time to work with now. With the racing being doubled from the heats, now 30 laps, so you have a little bit more time to kind of search for grip, try to plan out some moves, but you really want to make sure, again, you're in that top 5 or around the top 5 when it gets down to it.
Pace car is going to pull off here in just a moment, turn them loose, and the 0-1 and 21 on that front row. Casto, Hain, Uphoff, Eli, all in the top 6. And its green flag's going to fly here. Right now, they're green. But, Finian, if you race in a recent heat, is that more of an advantage because the track state's more similar to what you just were racing on?
I definitely think so. We might see some of the drivers that just were on the track. They're going to be up there. And you see already people fanning out all over for position.
Absolute chaos right now. 2 and 3 wide as we drive off into turns 1 and 2 once again. Hudson out to an early lead. And look at the 21. Look at the 911 rim riding like he was in his heat race, but now it's a little bit more effective than it was a couple minutes ago. So he's starting to make ground up there, is the 911 of Andy Jones.
And we talk about people that were just in the last seat. George Castro now currently trying to fight for second with Castor on the outside.
That outside lane beginning to be effective. Look at the 911. Andy Jones rolling that high lane. And also behind him, the 00 of Tristan Vesterby also doing the same thing.
Oh, and 09 around. Oh, and a lot of cars around in the back.
The 292, Andrew Fessenden there. A little bit of contact with the 9 of Daniel Muldrew. Let's go quickly take a look at that. No caution, still green. I'm trying to see where this started. It must have been up ahead of him. Oh, the 09 got turned by the 129, and then everyone else just kind of piled in there. The 292 got the worst of it. And they carry on. Tyler Hudson still leads by a large margin over George Casto and Nathan Kassler, but they're door-to-door. A little bit of contact there driving off into turns 1 and 2.
These guys have been battling since the drop of the green flag, and Casto has just gotten clear there. There you see the 3 of Hein, I believe. He's going to be on the inside of Kassler trying to get that spot.
21's up the racetrack. Look at the 911 making time up there still. He's going to get by the 3 of John Hain as they work their way through 1 and 2 once again.
He's kind of boxed in, though, by the 21 ahead of him, so you can't really make too much ground out there with him right in front of him.
Dirt flying here. Contact between the 3 and the 911. The 3 just kind of ran him up into the wall, and not a whole lot of visible contact there, but there they go again. The 3 just comes right across the nose of the 911, and I'm sure Andy Jones has probably had enough of that.
Yeah, I don't think Jones is going to be too happy. He's going to try to jump up back to the outside lane again, but the 3's kind of blocking his momentum.
That's a risky take running that outside lane. Watching for the slide jumps. The 3 gets turned off the nose of the 911. Caution's out. And I think that was just the frustrations there, Finian, but can't really blame the 911. I mean, he got chopped off 2 or 3 times, and I think he just had enough.
Yeah, he got put into the wall quite a few times with the 3, and that was just kind of revenge there from the 911.
From the nose cam up, right up underneath. All right, that's all we needed to see there, I think. Caution out here again at Limaland Motorsports Park, but wild first 10 laps, but Tyler Hudson in the 0-1 dominating so far in that Ford Fusion that's out in front. Or actually, that's a Mustang there.
Some kind of Ford.
It's a Ford of some sort. I believe those are Mustang headlights, but looks like a Fusion grill, so I'm not really sure, to be honest.
I think it's a Mustang. I would call it a Mustang.
All right. Well, it's your call. Down the back straightaway now.
It is, yeah, whatever it is, Hudson's currently in the lead. He's going to lead them back to green. Pace car is going to come out. You're going to see him cut back down here. And there he goes. Green flag back in the air here at Limaland.
What a great restart. Caution out immediately again for the number 129 of Curtis Uphoff. So as quick as it... Oh, wow. Wow, the 09. There was some frustration between those two. And as quick as the green flag flew, we're back under yellow.
Oh, and I definitely see why looking at the replay.
Yeah, we're watching it now, and, well, yep. I think that was really the accordion effect there, but this is where number 129 was showing his displeasure. Yeah, just an accordion effect. It happens a lot, especially in NASCAR, but in the dirt side of things, it's a little bit less common. But the 3 of John Hayne now on pit lane. Waiting to find his spot in line, but we'll continue again. Tyler Hudson's loving this, leading the race under yellow. That's easy to win that way, Finian, when no one else can pass you.
Yeah, definitely so, and he's loving this. Again, more laps that he just gets to sit out in front of the field. And also a lot of these guys who are in the top 5 right now, they would love this race to just end under the pace car, because then they got to go through to the next round.
Pace car is going to peel off once again. We'll have 13 to go when the green flag flies, and Tyler Hudson leads him down right on the gas immediately. Takes off, and the number 19 of George Casto up into second, and right behind him, the 911 of Andy Jones trying to roll that outside lane.
And he got a fantastic start. Not so much, though, for the 21 of Caster got shoved out of the way. And there you see these guys fanning all over the track here, fighting for position.
That is quite the gaggle. We got all sorts of cars all over the place. 3 and 4 wide for a moment. The 129 makes contact with the 292. Cars all over the place.
And then here we see High now. He's up into 7th place now, trying to fight for that transfer spot. He was in a transfer spot before he and the 911 made some contact, and that put him out of it. So now he's got 2 cars to pass till he can make it into the top 5.
And as we watch these cars come around here, that outside lane getting a lot more use now. Look at the 00 all the way out there throwing dirt against the wall. Caution out again.
Yeah, caution is out. Let's see what happened here.
Oh, is it
Can't see anyone spun around.
I think it was the 129 potentially again. We'll take another look at it. And it looks like it was the 129 and the 64. Matt Hendren. And Hendren down on the inside. Does he come up all across the racetrack in front of the 09? I think gets collected and spins down in turn number 1. Some heavy damage to the rear of that 64.
Yeah, definitely. It is all the metal behind there. As small as it is, it's all bent up. So you might want to... Actually, you shouldn't really have to get that repaired at all, but significant damage to the back part of that car.
Yeah, just slides up in front of the 09. Nothing that Joshua Elite could have done, but simple half spin there, throws the yellow, and about ready to turn him back loose again. Quick yellows, quick everything here at Limaland Motorsports Park as being a quarter mile.
Yeah, these guys double up now for coming to 6 laps to go. There's going to be an all-out brawl here, especially around the bubble positions.
Through 3 and 4, green flag back in the air. Tyler Hudson shoots out of a cannon again. 3 wide for second behind him. Casto, Jones, Kastler, Vesterby all in the wall. There's some others. 09 goes around again. The 64 Hendren gets turned up again towards the track.
Hard.
Wow, the 6 car, or the 9 up on his lid, flipping down the front straightaway, Finian. Massive crash, and the 9 of Daniel Muldrew's out of this race.
Oh, yes, he is, and would probably need to get sent to a hospital, because that was a violent crash. He hit the wall that's opening to the rest of the track, to the outside part of the track, that very hard.
Let's watch this again. You see the number 9 car gets stacked up behind the 00. Then he gets... What happens here? Oh, he gets clipped by the number 3. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
And it gets drilled by the 292? What a horrible impact for the number 9. Oh, man. Get one more look at it here. Yeah, this restart was just kind of crazy here, and everyone was fanning out very quickly. And the 9 car gets stacked up and hooked into the fence.
And speaking of a restart where you got these guys lined up on the back straightaway here, we're already ready, set to go. 2 laps to go here in this C main.
It's going to be a race to the finish. Checkers or wreckers. Green flag in the air. Hudson gets a great jump. If he can just complete one more lap, he'll be safe. And huge crash behind him. An absolute pile-up caution is out, and this is over. And oh my goodness, the 09 took a hit.
Yeah, he did.
Race over. Tyler Hudson will win the C main here. And come collect the pace car and the checkered flag, so he'll be on to the next round. So top 5 was it that moved on, right, Finian?
Yes, it is. So it looks like the way they're running, you can see on the left side of the screen, it'll be Hudson, Casto, Caster, Jones, and Hine. That'll be advancing. Everyone else will be eliminated.
All right, so C main is complete here, and we'll get it ready to go for the B main now. We've already seen a lot of aggressive racing here tonight, but Tyler Hudson, he didn't even have any look. He didn't look in the mirror once, just took off and drove away, led every single lap of that C main race. Time for the B main now. 14 drivers in this one. Kyle Pearson in the 60. On pole for this one, Steven Spees on the front row. Jaden Walker, Aaron Smith, Kyle Morris, your top 5. And there is a running order on the left-hand side of your screen. Another 30 laps ready to go racing.
Yes, and now notably for this race, the top 8 will be the ones that will advance to the feature, and 9th through 14th will be eliminated. So a lot at stake here.
And we begin the roll-off here. So Kyle Pearson in the 60, and Steven Spees, Jaden Walker, Aaron Smith, Morris, Collins, Cretin, and Walker. They just have to hold on to their spots. Everyone behind him's got to drive their way in. And we saw how messy the last C-Main got, so I wonder if these guys are going to be just as aggressive, or if they'll maybe take a notice from that and try to keep their noses on the race cars, because you ain't going to finish a race if you're in the garage area. And with the last race, we saw a lot of guys get involved in wrecks. Rolling around, pace car is going to pull off here in just a moment. Turn this field loose. The field works their way through turns 3 and 4, waiting for the green flag, and off they are. Kyle Pearson drives away, pulls up in front of the 55 of Steven Spees. The battle's on behind him.
And you see Walker now trying to get a position ahead of Spees, trying to make that inside work. See half the field on the inside, half of them on the top.
And we saw the 60 of Kyle Pearson go straight for the outside lane. That's the first time we've seen a leader do that. Right up against the outside lane as there's a battle between Walker and Spees for second. But that 55 is going to get the run off the corner, and that's beginning to look very equal now, Finian. But look, there's nobody in the middle of the racetrack. Look how fast just a couple laps changes the handling characteristics of a dirt track.
And there you see the 93 of Morris now trying to make it almost 3 wide here for second place, trying to be on the inside of Walker. Oh, taps Walker, and Walker goes around. Caution's going to be out.
Oh, gets hit in the nose there and takes the front panel off. And so Jaden Walker has some damage early. That's not the way he wanted to start this B main.
No, and these guys are going to go, Walker and Morris are going to go from 3rd and 4th all the way to the back of the grid now.
Watching from high above, here's the replay of it. And they just get collected here just a little bit on corner exit. And just immediately spins him around. And then who hits the 090? Is that the 18 maybe? I have to go take a look at who that was. Was the 18 of Kyle Surratt. It's a little bit disorienting because dirt cars have the roof number pointed the other direction than NASCAR vehicles typically, or any really oval vehicle typically has them running. So that's reading everything upside down is a little tricky. Again, don't be too harsh on us this week. This is our first time doing an actual dirt race with the whole heat process, so a little tricky for us to get our handling on this. We're normally doing cup racing action or open wheel stuff that's more traditional, but this is some good old Saturday night short track racing here from Limaland Motorsports Park. Pace cars working its way now through 3 and 4. Peels off. Going to leave Kyle Pearson behind, or next to Steven Spies, and they're green again here at Limaland.
See Pearson get a fantastic start as per usual for the leader. Gets a little bit of the wall. Here comes Spies though with the good run.
Wow. Contact, a little bit of bumping and bang, and the 0-2 and the 0-1 come together.
Smith got hit. He got hit by the 0-2. So they had a little bit of a slide. They both collected it there, and they're going to keep on going.
Big contact towards the rear of the field. The 911 and Andy Jones up into the fence. Battle for second. Colton Collins down to the inside. Remember, the 53 and 55 are battling all the time in their heat race earlier tonight.
I was going to say, where did Collins come from? Started in 6, now fighting for second. Is going to take second that time by.
93 and 911 contacting around. Caution out with 20 to go. Let's take a look at it. Get another look here. The 93 and, yeah, 93 just kind of ran the 911 up the racetrack here a little bit. On corner exit. Oh, they just got squeezed there. That was Jaden Walker. And then the 93 kind of comes up the racetrack and hooks. And just kind of a mess there.
Yeah, it looks like there was some contact up ahead, and I think Walker was trying to avoid that, ended up getting to the 93, so a very big chain reaction there from these guys. Well, the 93 and 911 not happy with each other.
Yeah, a little bit upset, as you mentioned, Finian, and well, they both have to finish inside the top 8 to move on. And they have a long road ahead of them if they want to do that. Rolling through turns 3 and 4. Kyle Pearson in the 60 takes him back down. Steven Spies tries to get a good restart. Did not get as good of a restart as he wanted. And here comes Tyler Hudson now. He's already in the race. He just needs to finish. Actually, yeah. Isn't Hudson already in the race there, Finian?
Yeah, it should be at this point. In the top 8, cautions out yet again. That's
the 21 of Nathan Kassler. This happened way early in the corner. This is right on the restart, the 21 spins. Let's see how this happened. Oh, gets into the side of the 0-2 of Brandon Cretin, and wow, just a big mess behind him. The 18 of Kyle Surratt also getting some damage in that. So
looks like the 93 of Morris is also pulled it into the garage. He's going to retire.
Yeah, so it looks like what happened here, Finian, is the heat races were very clean, but we get to the C and B main where the money is on the line, really, because if you're not in the full featured race, you're not going to be able to compete for that money. So it looks like everyone's really being aggressive to try to get those final spots, but it's ended up in resulting in some accidents.
Yeah, definitely so, and we're just now over halfway through this heat. Or, sorry, it's not heat B main.
15 to go in this race, then we'll get ready to go for the 125-lap feature race. One more time, they'll get a green flag. We're working our way towards turn 3 and 4. That cushion getting pushed up the racetrack, the grip moving closer and closer to the wall as the green flag flies again. Speeds gets a better restart that time. Here comes Tyler Hudson. Look at them all fan out in 3 and 4. Or, excuse me, that's 1 and 2. It's getting that very backwards. It's very easy to do.
Oh, and the 53 Collins around.
Colton Collins is having such a good race. Was pretty much going to be in. And the I Am Ironman 53 taken out here. Let's see what happened. Down to the inside. Does he have contact? Oh, the 0-2. Brandon Cretin gets him and then is finished off with the 19 of George Casto. And the 18, again, of Kyle Surratt just involved in someone else's mess. Once again, he's been at the receiving end of a lot of bad luck here tonight. I think he's hit about 3 spinning cars. And he didn't spin any of them out. Just bad, wrong place, wrong time for that number 18. What a shame for Colton Collins, who was having such a good night prior to that.
I was going to say, we have seen a lot of drivers go from the front of the grid to the back, from the back to the front. So a lot of drivers exchanging positions here, notably, especially Tyler Hudson, started in 10th, moved up now all the way to 3rd.
Yeah, Tyler Hudson's been on the move here. He'll be on the inside for the restart. And he's going to have to beat the 55 of Steven Spies and the 60 of Kyle Pearson if he wants that victory. Green flag in the air. And we're off again. Look at that 0-1 Hudson down to the bottom. Can he take the second place away from the 55 car?
Oh, he's just gonna be. He might be able to. There you see him chuck it all the way to the inside. He's gonna try to slide in front of Spees. Can't entirely get it done. Flashes actually, but and there he is. He actually is in front of Spees.
Wow, pass completed. Tyler Hudson up to second place. Can he get the lead away from Kyle Pearson? Coming out of 7 to go, up against the wall. Now everybody's looking for grip.
You see the 0-2. He slides in front of the 70 of Smith.
Oh, we got car around again. Turn 3 and 4 there, Finian. Or probably turn 1 and 2 again because I've got him all.
That is the 96 of Jacob Walker.
Oh man, huge damage to the rear end of that car. He might actually be caught a lap down here if he doesn't get. There he goes. There's a replay of it. Oh, he gets hit by the 911 and they. Just a simple spin and then the 53. Colton Collins gets a piece of it as well. Getting down to it here, Finian. Not a lot of time left in this race, and Tyler Hudson's going to be in a great spot if he wants to tackle the 60 of Kyle Pearson. He'll have one more shot at him.
Yeah, notably also some big movers throughout the field. The 19 of George Casto moved up from 11th to 5th, and Andy Jones in the 911 moved up from 13th to 8th. So he's in the last spot. Hine, Kassler, Surratt, and Walker, and Collins as well are all currently facing being eliminated tonight.
Work our way down the back straightaway now, and Tyler Hudson looking really racy in that Ford Mustang. We'll have an opportunity to steal away a victory in the B main. But then we go for the big bucks. Green flag back in the air with coming now to 3 laps to go here at Limaland.
They see Hudson send it all the way on the outside line. The 60 Pierce.
Oh, he's there! He gets there, takes the lead away. The 60 car gets snookered. 3 wide for second behind him. Hudson leads now, coming to 2 to go. Can the 0-2 of Brandon Cretin.
Spin in the back by Smith.
And Aaron Smith spins, cautions out. Tyler Hudson steals the B main away from the 60 of Kyle Pearson. What a race. There's a replay of the 70 getting spun out. Off the bumper of the 90, and wow, it just gets turned around. The 21 gets a piece of it, as does the 96. But Tyler Hudson, an incredible restart sequence. He'll come around and take the checkered flag here for the B main. All the way back from, I think you mentioned the 10th spot. Yes, indeed, the 10th spot from Tyler Hudson. In 30 laps, 10th the first. Great run for that 0-1 team.
Yeah, so, and a heartbreaker for Aaron Smith in the 70s, was running 6th before he got spun around. So he was in a transfer spot. He's now going to be eliminated. All
right, we're going to be in a warm-up period for about 5 minutes here. And we'll let everyone take a couple minutes and watch this. But we're going to go to break just for a moment to get a drink, catch our breath. We'll be right back with the feature race here in just a couple minutes. All right, welcome back live. As you saw there in the commercial screen, we got some camera set up. We forgot to install those, so now we have them all set up and ready to go. So Finian did some excellent suspension cams and warm-up completes here. Wow, we saw someone take a hard hit in the wall. on the back straightaway. But we'll get ready now. This is for the big bucks here, Finney, and there's a lot on the line now. And we saw some aggressive racing just to get into this race. So now we got 125 laps. What's the kind of strategy we're talking about here? Are you going to just kind of take it easy around the bottom and keep yourself out of trouble and go for it late? Or are you one of the guys that wants to be up front the whole time?
It kind of depends. Again, it kind of depends driver to driver. But if it were me, I would just kind of try to stay a bit out of the chaos, because it's definitely going to get chaotic in or around the top 5. So I would just kind of try to keep myself in the race, but don't do anything too crazy. You want to make sure you're there by the end. Again, it's not a 15, not a 30 lap heat race. It is a 125 lap main, so a lot of laps here that these guys got to put under their belt. So you want to make sure you're there by the end. You don't want to have a wrecked car and a damaged car to work with.
Starting grid now on the left-hand side of your screen. And we see Tyler Ducharme in the number 25 and Drew Hopkins in the 157. They're starting on that front row. But in a 125-lap race, starting position's not a huge deal here, Finney. Obviously, you want to be close to the front, but you have enough time to work your way forward. And we saw Tyler Hudson go from 10th to 1st in 30 laps. Can you do 16th to 1st in 125?
Well, if he does, he'll get $5 because there is $5 going to the hard charger, so the driver that makes up most positions in the field. So if he does that, he'll get a nice little bit of money headed towards his way. But yeah, as we come now, 1 lap to green here for 125 laps here at Limaland.
Well, here's the fun part. He's actually starting 9th, so he didn't even have to go that far. The guy that'll have to go from 16th to 1st, Nathan Kassler in the 21 car. Up front, we got 4 black race cars ready to go racing. Green flag in the air here for the Midwest Late Model Racing Series. And 125 laps for a $400 purse. Tyler Ducharme leads him down and starts to drive away from the mess behind him.
Oh, and the 442 of Casey gets into, I believe that was Leonardi. That opens the door now for Bergeron to get in the 12th to get to the inside. He's going to take away 4th place.
We got a couple cars around the 19 and the 090 of Jaden Walker. They spin out in turn 1 and 2, but they'll continue rolling forward.
Yeah, they got a lot of time to make up, and I'm thinking right now they're hoping for a caution to come out.
Oh, I think we're going to get at least one. We got a long way to go here. And already, lots of action as Eddie Underwood in the 44. He's running 6th right now, right behind Zach Leonardi. Trying to move his way forward. Battle for 2nd, 157 and the 442 side by side. Down the back straightaway, off into the corner. You see the 442 taking that inside line. Is there enough grip down there, though? Doesn't look like it. The 157 of Hopkins going to drive right back around him, but can't complete the pass. Look how much they're yawing those cars out in the corners, Finney. It's such a fun car to watch race.
Here comes Bergeron on the outside, trying to get around the 442 of Casey. Just going to might be able to. He has a fender there, but is struggling to make the pass work.
25 of Tyler Ducharme's loving what he's seeing behind him. Guys battling for 2nd. He's starting to extend out a little bit, getting a little bit of a lead here. And here's the fun part. The track's so small, I don't even have a relative. They're so close together that there's no relative even showing between these cars. So it's a tiny little bull ring here, Limaland Motorsports Park. It's fun to watch these cars race side by side again for 2nd. Here comes Jordan Casey. Slide job to the inside. Takes it away from Drew Hopkins as they swap spots again.
And Hopkins is going to take it back, though. He's going to slide it in front of Casey, so he's going to return the favor there. But here comes Casey now up the inside.
And does Casey do it again? Nope, can't quite get the power down enough. He'll have to drive off the corner. He'll be alongside him going off into it, but can't quite do it again. It was an awesome pair of slide jobs. He does it again, though, right in front of the 157. Phenomenal stuff here at Limaland.
And the 157 can't do much of that. Here comes Bergeron to his inside. And here comes, I think, is that Leonardi behind them? Yeah,
that's Leonardi.
Trying to make a charge.
He had that rear bumper right up against the concrete in turns 1 and 2, and he'll try again on the outside. Bergeron up to 3rd, trying to go for 2nd now in the 442 of Jordan Casey. Ducharme now leads continually on lap number 13. Side by side back here for ultimately 9th place. That's the 0-1 of Tyler Hudson and the 0-2 of Brandon Cretin. And I'm surprised to see Hudson hasn't moved forward, but maybe playing the long game here, being conservative and waiting for the end, because there's a lot of drivers being very aggressive in front of him. Look at Leonardi working that outside lane.
And And notably, everyone kind of just kind of spread out here. Everyone seems to be running, for the most part, single file, and kind of just settling into a rhythm here.
Well, the rhythm that Jordan Casey has gotten himself into is actually catching the 25 of Tyler Ducharme, as is the 12 of Alex Bergeron, but behind him, the battle for 5th and 6th is on. Leonardi, Eddie Underwood, and Lucas Chowning, Brian Wayant, and Tyler Hudson just behind them. So there is a lot of racing still going on about mid-pack here, and again, you want to be in that first spot if you want to collect the biggest paycheck at the end of the night.
But here comes Leonardi there. He's going to charge it to the inside.
Takes away a spot from the 157 of Drew Hopkins. Up for the lead, Finian. Battle going on now with 442 with Jordan Casey. Has caught Tyler Ducharme. Alex Bergeron trying to take advantage of it as well. The 442 bounces off the wall. Concrete sparking there off the sheet metal from the second place driver.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Ducharme has a lot of time to really catch a breath here. He's got to really defend now from 2 charging drivers.
They have a caution out. I'm not sure what caused it.
I think it's the 21.
Nathan Castle. Let's go back, take a look at it. Oh, it was not in 21, but he saw who it was, I think. Let's ride on board with him here.
Oh, it was the 60.
And right, and you see the 60 try to pull a slide job on the 911, gets into him, and the 60 car gets up onto the fence, bouncing up and over. Take another look at it. So he's trying to pull a slider on the 911, gets down into the corner, completes it. 911 doesn't take it, up and over, ramps him up, and then he gets up onto the top of the concrete here, rides the fence for a lap, and gets back down on all 4 wheels and will continue in 14th. Just like that, we're 1 to green already.
Yeah, pace lap's really fast here. It's very hard for us to catch a breath here.
This is high-intensity action that we're not used to. Green flag back in the air. Ducharme fires off immediately, and that's going to give the 12...
Bergeron make contact with Casey.
Yeah, there's actually some pretty significant damage to the rear bumper of that 12 car, again, as the 442 bounces off his bumper. A little bit of disapproval there, but we got 3 wide going on mid-pack here. There's a 44 in the middle of it all. 3 wide off turn 4, excuse me.
You see Underwood doing a great job in the middle of that. Oh, gets into, I think...
Everyone's crashing, Finian. Everyone's crashing. Look at everybody. 4 wide in the middle of the corner. The 60 car getting hooked off the bumper of the 90 in the background. We've got to look at this from above to see everybody.
And it's Hopkins in the 157. They're getting squeezed, and so is everyone else behind.
Absolute chaos in the midfield. The 44 of Eddie Underwood leads the pack. Behind them, Drew Hopkins, Brian Wayant, Tyler Hudson's. Look at him. Tyler Hudson on the outside, trying to get around the 0-2. He completes that pass. Can he go for more?
It's kind of hard to move forward here when you got everyone around you. So all these drivers are getting boxed in and somewhat settle out. Oh, we got a spin in the back.
Oh, we got a big wreck. The 55 upside down. That's Steven Spies. And that's going to be it for him. Stuck on his roof.
Unless someone is to knock him over. And nope, it looks like it's going to be a retirement for the 55 of Spies.
There's a replay of it. And the 47 turns across his nose and this actually just digs into the ground and flips right over. Finian, that's product of being on dirt. I'll get another look at it from the onboard of the 55. Man, a lot of chaos, a lot of noise, up and over. And the 55 will retire with a damaged race car. Okay, deep breath. Whew. Take a second. 31 laps in. But that's one thing I've seen the 911 do a lot tonight, Finney. That Andy Jones in that purple and green numbered late model is he's not taking a lot of BS from other drivers tonight. As soon as they slide up in front of him, he lays a bumper to him. He's not had any patience in that regard here tonight. Now, I'd be afraid to pull a slider on him if I was late in the race driving in front of him.
Yeah, and a lot of people now putting the moves here in the mid part of the race. And we're just ready to get back under green here.
A lot of aggression up front as Alex Bergeron and the 25 and Tyler Ducharme were dooring each other in turns 3 and 4. 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Jordan Casey on the inside. Can't keep the power down, though, and we'll have to give up that spot for now. Try again. We're 4-5 wide in turns 3 and 4.
They see the teammates on the outside running the wall.
I don't even know where to look, Finney. There's too many cars on the track. They're all over the place battling for spots. The 911, Andy Jones bounces off the wall. Here's Tyler Hudson now. He's looking for
the lead, though.
Battle for the lead. The 25 slides in front of the 12. Can he hang on to the spot? Contact between the leaders. The 12 of Alex Bergeron gets into the rear bumper of Ducharme.
Yeah, Ducharme, giving a little bit of contact to the 12, trying to move him out of the way. He successfully did that. And now the 12 of Bergeron's under attack by Casey. Slide job yet again. But here comes Bergeron to the inside.
25's in the wall. Finney, the leader, bounces off the wall. Here comes Bergeron again, trying to get it down to the inside. Someone drove way down there. It's the 442 of Jordan Casey. He's going to get another spot away. And look at how much they're using the outside lane there.
Yeah, they're knocking their fenders constantly there. You see Casey trying to slide in front of Leonardi, but Leonardi's going to have none of it. He's going to take third place away. That
outside lane, that cushion becoming extremely important as the track wears out. Ducharme trying to hang on to the lead. Bergeron down to the inside. Jordan Casey.
Three wide. 3 wide for 6th place momentarily in the back part of the field. You see the 88 of Wyatt on the inside trying to make it work, but here comes a 44 of Underwood on the outside.
Tyler Hudson trying to move his way forward. He's gone from 9th to 6th, has begun his climb to the top of the board. As we have a 3-way battle for the lead, the teammates 2nd and 3rd, Ducharme and Leonardi trying to chase down Alex Bergeron for that lead.
Casey's still trying to pull a slide job, just can't get enough momentum for him to work with it.
Up the racetrack, he'll take away 3rd place from Leonardi. And Bergeron beginning to mount kind of a lead here on the 25, beginning to drive away just a little bit, as large as we've seen anyone have in this feature. Tyler Hudson up to 5th in that 0-1, trying to grab it away from the 157 of Drew Hopkins.
Yeah, just not enough to get it done. Now he's about to be under attack by the 44.
Eddie Underwood almost got turned off the nose of Brandon Cretin there, but didn't quite get it done. 3 wide, the 0-2, contact again. Andy Jones also back there getting aggressive with the 90 of Jaden Walker.
And Cretin's almost sandwiched between these guys.
Aggressive driving all over the racetrack here, Finian, but there is a lot of pennies on the line here tonight. Wow, look at Jordan Casey's slider on the 25 of Tyler Ducharme. Completes the pass. The 442 gets put in the wall, and he'll drop back a couple more spots. Aggressive driving sliders all over the place, putting people in the wall. This is fantastic stuff. Caution out. Andy Jones around. And it looks like he might have just gotten right off the bumper of the 47. Let's take a look. Exit of turn 2. Yeah, 47 just gets in there a little bit hot. And the 911 spins around and cautions out. Wow. We're almost halfway done here, Finian. Lap number 50.
Yeah, laps are winding down. You can already see aggression picking up as guys are throwing slide jobs, dooring each other up there towards the front of the field.
Well, I'm curious to see how the 911 and 47 race each other, because I don't think Andy Jones will appreciate Lucas Chowning driving into the rear of him in the corner. We've seen the 911 not really take a whole lot of aggression here tonight from other drivers, and he hasn't been afraid to give it back. Backstretch wall cam, taking a look at the whole field working their way around. One driver retired. Actually, no. Steven Speed's back out on track, 3 laps down.
Yeah, just went around to take his way around, but here they come. Green flag in the air. Bergeron takes the lead ahead of Casey.
Yeah, Jordan Casey was able to snag 2nd place away, but look who's 3rd. That 0-1 of Tyler Hudson went from 10th to 1st in the B main. And here he comes now working the high side in 3rd place, but the 157 of Drew Hopkins says, nope, I want that spot back, and here he goes to the inside.
And Leonardi all the way to the inside of both these drivers. Looks like Hudson's going to win out on that battle. And Leonardi really struggling for grip down there.
Leaders all the way up against that wall. Everyone's really right in that top groove right now, moving that cushion up the racetrack. The inside's getting real greasy here, Finian, and not really the quick way around, but Tyler Hudson searching for grip down there, trying to do something different.
When Wyan slides all the way into Hopkins, puts him in the wall, that's allowed Christian to get in ahead of him, or side by side with him at the moment as these guys are fanning all over the track.
Someone bounced off the wall real hard there. Didn't quite see who that was. Might have been the 0-2. Working lap 56 now. And the lead solidly in the hands of Alex Bergeron, Jordan Casey, Zach Leonardi, your top three. Tyler Hudson in fourth. Or actually, Hudson's in third now. Pulled a slider on the 24, but cannot hold on to the spot. And Leonardi drives right back by. Up the racetrack goes the 0-2. Can't hold on. He's going to get put middle. 3 wide driving off in turn 1 and 2. The 47 of Lucas Chowning trying to get down there. He's riding the tires on the inside lane trying to make that work.
Yeah, it's really tough to make it stick down there. Creedon's going to try to go ahead of the 44. There he goes, but 44 of that is under where he's going to just drive around him.
Look at the right front suspension cam of that 47. Trying to make it work. Sliding the tires around. Tyler Hudson now under attack from the 88 for 4th place. Alex Bergeron closing in on some lap traffic up ahead here, Finian. He's been running a very solid higher line. Running away from Jordan Casey, but he's going to have some lap traffic. I believe that's the 55 of Steven Spies, who's 3 laps down. I don't think he's going to give Bergeron too much trouble.
Yeah, it really shouldn't. Should probably end up moving out of the way, but we'll see when he catches there. But yeah, Bergeron enjoying a very nice lead. Whole 1 second, over 1 second of a gap to Jordan Casey behind him. And then Casey's got about 0.8 of a second towards Zach Leonardi behind him.
Let's watch the replay real quick of the 090 Jaden Walker get put down below the apron. Actually kind of cut the track there a little bit, but lost some ground and is now running 15th. Not the way Jaden Walker wanted this to go. Battle for 4th now. Hudson trying to hang on. The 88 and the 157 behind him. Aggressive down to the inside goes the 88. Trying to pull the slider on Hudson. That's going to be a hard guy to do it to. Hudson gets the drive off.
Yeah, Hudson really solid on that outside line, but here comes the 157 of Hopkins trying to get away, or sorry, get the move done on the 88.
Oh, a little bit of contact there.
Yeah, I'm not sure Hopkins is going to be too happy with that move.
See, the fast line has moved right up against that wall, so the whole field is kind of migrated up there, Finney. I don't see a lot of guys trying the bottom, but that's going to be how you have to make a pass. You can't drive through people, you have to drive around them. And everyone's going to have to get creative. There is someone getting creative. That's the 0-2, Brandon Cretin. Down to the inside, pulls a slider on the 44, but can't quite hang on to it, and Underwood will drive right back by. Oh, contact on corner exit. Cretin will try the bottom again.
That's allowed crowning. He's going to try to charge on the outside. Creedon's going to do a slide job. Can't get it done, and a bunch of cars behind him.
3 wide back here. This is all for 7th place. Eddie Underwood leads this group again. Cautions out once more. And trying to see. Oh, it's the 090 Jaden Walker. Steven Spies again. Looked like he was around this one, but Walker stalled. And let's take a look. He was really struggling with the handling of this race car the last couple laps.
Yes, he did. Yeah, so he spun out by himself coming into 3.
Oh, and Spies just kind of got into him.
Yeah.
Nothing that Spies could have done there. But that Jaden Walker was really struggling. I think he had some suspension damage that was causing that car to handle poorly. So that is why Walker is now out. Working lap 72, coming down to 50 to go. This race is flying by. Again, all the turkeys on the line here at the end of the race. As Matt Malone would say, the turkey timeline has been going strong here tonight. Lots of cars taken out in small wrecks, but we still have most of the cars running. The only guy that's any laps down is Jaden Walker, who's 2 down, and Steven Spies, who's 3. Field rolls down the backstretch. Oh, the 0-2 hit the wall. The exit of turn 2.
He did.
Hopefully that didn't hurt his car too much. Green flag back in the air here now down to 52 laps to go as Alex Bergeron tries to drive away again from an angry pack behind him.
Yeah, and he definitely was the last car that wanted to see that caution come out because he had a solid lead that he was working with. And he's got a bunch of hungry guys behind him.
Tyler Hudson and Brian Wayant fighting again for 4th.
Land again, very favorable. That inside line on the initial start, then starts to move up, but you see him clip the tire very hard there. You can imagine that's lost him some speed, and that it has, and here comes Hopkins now around him.
47 to Lucas Chowning down to the inside. He's another one of the guys that's been unafraid of that inside lane the past couple laps. And look at the 25 of Tyler Ducharme finishing all the way back here in 10th. We got 911 spinning in turn 2. 4. I keep messing up which corner's turn 2 and which is turn 4. It looks the same to me. Andy Jones struggling now. And again, we mentioned the 25. Tyler Ducharme make his way back forward, trying to get spots away from the 47 of Lucas Chowning. Then it's Underwood, Hopkins, and Wayand in front of him.
Yeah, I think Ducharme's going to probably need another caution or two to kind of help him work himself up and get everyone bunched together. But he's making some decent progress.
Everyone now up against that outside line trying to make it work, but the only guy who I saw that time that wasn't was the 25 of Ducharme. Really needs to make his way forward and can't do it, doing everything else that the rest of the field is doing.
Here comes Leonardi trying to do a slide job ahead of Casey, and Casey's going to go right back around him.
.442 left some tire tracks in the cushion there. Got their rear end a little bit outside of the groove. And Leonardi's making time about a lane below him, but just can't quite get the drive off the corner to get around him.
Yeah, I've been seeing him kind of get a little bit desperate with that move to the inside, slid up all the way towards the wall. Casey's just able to go on the inside of him from that move. So Leonardi's kind of sick of getting stuck behind the 442 of Casey and is just trying to do anything he can to get around.
Oh, huge crash off in the corner there, finishing the 0-2 of Cretan. Huge contact. Around goes the 90. And they're going to be right in front of the leaders. Hopefully they get off the racetrack in time. Caution flies here. Brennan Cretan packed into the fence, pile driven into the wall. Let's go back, take a look. It was the 60 car that slid up in front of him and pounds the wall, rides up on the fence, and the 90 got nowhere to go. The 911 of Andy Jones also collected.
Yeah, Pearson tried to throw a slide job that did not work.
Well, it worked, but the I mean, he passed him.
Not cleanly. It didn't work cleanly, I guess, is the better phrasing of that.
Oh, he got the spot away. Just wasn't the prettiest pass I've ever seen in my life. But. All right, well, it's been high intensity action. We have not had a moment to sit down, a moment to breathe. But Alex Bergeron's been the dominant car so far tonight. Jordan Casey's given him a run for his money, as has the 25 of Tyler Ducharme, but he's back in the field just a little bit. Fourth place, Tyler Hudson in that 0-1. So Hudson trying to get a couple more spots to get himself out in front. Green flag in the air. The 12 fires off, turns down low, and we're green again on lap number 88. Leonardi tried to take a hard look. Couldn't quite get there.
Oh, here comes Casey, though. He's going to slide from Bergeron. Bergeron going to turn it on him and leave him in the dust.
That's so hard to get that power down. When you do that slider, Finian, you really count on all your momentum carrying you up in front of the guy. And if he can turn back down, your race is going to be, or your pass is going to be incomplete. So have to make that stick.
Yeah, and Casey, you can't blame him. He saw an opportunity, knew he could only really do it on the start here when they're all bunched up. Tried to do it, wasn't able to work. There you see Leonardi try to slide in front of Casey, not able to work. See him door him a little bit down the straightaway.
44 of Underwood tried the same thing. He's down driving over the tires on the inside lane.
Now Casey and Leonardi side by side. There goes Casey to the inside, trying to do a slide job on Leonardi. Leonardi's going to get the spot, though.
A poor run for Jordan Casey. Now he's going to be under attack from Tyler Hudson, who's running that high groove. Hudson's going to have a good run on one of these cars here in a moment as Casey and Leonardi continue to fight. Up along the outside. Can he get there? Can he fill the hole that the 442 wants? He sees him slide job in front of Leonardi. Here comes Tyler Hudson. Now can he look to the inside? There he goes.
And this kind of back and forth action has really lost him a lot of time. They are 1.5 seconds now, 1.7 seconds now behind the leaders. Behind the leader, sorry.
Leonardi and Casey continuing their intense battle. And Leonardi's got that rear bumper right up against the fence, kind of dragging that quarter panel along the wall, keeping that vehicle stabilized. They have some lap traffic in the form of Jaden Walker to get around here, but he'll stay to the inside.
Casey got a nasty bit of the wall there. That's going to let Hudson catch up just a little bit closer. And I kind of wonder what Hudson's going to do, if he's going to try to chuck it to the inside. I mean, he doesn't have too many options, but he's got a lap car there to his inside.
Casey flies up to the outside wall. Hudson closes in again. Hudson's hanging out the rear end with a little bit less angle than Jordan Casey. Just keeping it a couple more degrees closer to center, and that's, I think it's improving his drive off the corner. And he closes in on Casey, but he's got Brian Wayant right behind him ready to pounce, so he can't make a mistake either.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those give and take scenarios, really, where you know, you can try to really throw in make a pass, but you could potentially end up losing a bunch of spots if you fail. So you kind of got to think as a driver, is it really worth trying to make that move?
Well, I'm looking right now at the racetrack condition in 3 and 4 here, Finney, and it's starting to turn into a little bit of clay. And as you see the leaders come back around, that cushion is wearing away, and it's not leaving them a ton of grip. So they're going to get closer and closer to that wall and not be able to use so much. That cushion's almost gone as they have it shredded up right against the fence. So the only grip that's going to be up top is going to be right against the fence, or else you're going to have to go to the bottom. We just passed 25 to go here, Finney, and we got about less than 5 minutes left in this race if it goes green to the end. Bergeron leads by a huge margin over Leonardi. Jordan Casey's behind him. Tyler Hudson and Brian Wayant, your top 5.
Here we got a battle here for 7th place between Ducharme and Crowning. Crowning trying to work the outside in that 47.
Contact between them. The lap car, the 090, Jaden Walker slowing the 25. Nowhere for him to go. He's going to lose a couple spots here.
Ducharme probably not going to be happy with the 90 that lost him a spot there. There's Creedon in the 02 now trying to get a spot from Ducharme.
Contact there between the 02 and the 25. 20 laps to go here at Limaland. We're almost done. Bergeron continues to lead. He's working his way through some lap traffic now. Leonardi a couple seconds behind than Jordan Casey. Tyler Hudson, the 88, tried a slide job but couldn't get up alongside Hudson close enough to make that move.
Yeah, and I don't really think these guys have anything for Bergeron at the moment. There's almost no way that they're going to be able to drive up to him, so they're going to need a caution to help bunch them back up.
There's your leader. Second place, right up against the wall, bouncing the quarter panels off. Heard the contact there. The whole field finding speed up right against the concrete. The beginning of the heats, we were towards the middle to the bottom of the racetrack, and now that we're almost done, the speed is up top and nowhere else. Alex Bergeron continues to lead now. And hanging that car out perfectly, riding that cushion beautifully, but Zach Leonardi and Jordan Casey, they're closing back up again for second. Casey's using that outside line a little bit more than he was before. He was the slide jump king earlier in the race, but now settling into his groove along the outside, trying to chase down Leonardi to get that move done.
Yeah, like you're talking about, we've seen these guys just battling back and forth between these guys, chucking it up the inside, slide jobs all over the place. Yeah, that's pretty much all they have to fight for in these closing laps.
Tyler Ducharme unable to get that 7th spot back that he lost behind the lap car of Jaden Walker before, so he'll have to settle into 8th place now with 13 to go. Tyler Hudson still stuck in the 4th spot in that 0-1, has not been able to make much progress. He was very fast in the B main, quick here as well, just does not have the track position to do anything with it. Jordan Casey really trying to reel in Leonardi, but Leonardi's been so smooth, he has not been able to open up the door for Jordan Casey.
I think really Casey is at this point just trying to get as close to Leonardi as possible, and then going to do a one last minute dive bomb to try to get the position.
10 laps to go. Alex Bergeron leads. Riding on board with him now. Look at him using up all the racetrack outside of that slick section. It's getting real bumpy up there as well, so having to fight the handling of the race car. But ticking off these laps in Bergeron, as long as he doesn't have any funny business, that's a dominant car we're looking at right there. Passing opportunities have been slowed by the track progress. Contact into turns 3 and 4. That was Zach Leonardi and Jordan Casey. And Casey's going to drive down to the bottom, try to complete a slider. He'll get it done, but here comes Leonardi back down to the inside. Bring in Tyler Hudson into this fight.
I was going to say, Hudson also was to the bottom that time trying to make a move done. There you see Leonardi's slide job.
Caution!
And caution is out.
And that is was it the 25 of Tyler Ducharme, Finian?
I think it was. Yeah, it was.
And let's see what he goes off the bumper of here. Is it the 0-2 potentially? Oh yeah, just gets run over from behind and spun out. And that'll be a miserable finish for the 25 of Ducharme. Started off so strong, but we should get a restart here, Finian, so this is not over. This is not over.
Yeah, it is not over, and you can only imagine what these guys are going to do. Remember, about pretty much $100 on the line for first place. That's a lot of money for some of these guys towards the front. So I think a lot of these guys are definitely going to try to do something. Question is, what are they going to do?
I think Bergeron's in a pretty safe spot, but I know Jordan Casey and Leonardi are going to fight to the death over that second spot, and Tyler Hudson's going to be right there to capitalize. So as we get 1 to green here, Finian, we're going to have just a couple laps left in this race. We're going to have 2 to go at the line. And there's a lot on the line here, Finian. The 911 trying to get another lap back here as we come to 2 laps to go.
They show the 12 Bergeron holding up the field on the inside there. He's going to cut it down, get a fantastic start. Green flag's back in the
He flies away, and Tyler Hudson gets turned behind him, and that's going to cause the caution to fly, and the race is going to be over, and Alex Bergeron will be your winner as the 21 of Nathan Castle goes tumbling down the front straightaway. So Alex Bergeron in the number 12 will take the white flag and will come around one more time to win the Turkey Chase 125 at Limaland. And that is just a dominant race car we've seen right there. Zach Leonardi second, Jordan Casey third, Brian Wayant fourth, Brandon Cretin fifth. A couple of positions still changing around, and actually, yep, Kyle Pearson will be sixth, Drew Hopkins seventh, and the rest of the running order there on your screen as Bergeron comes back around to celebrate. What a crazy fast race that was there, Finian.
Yeah, definitely it was. And a lot of action throughout the night between crashes and a bunch of guys making passes. And it was a fantastic race to watch.
Bergeron doing burnouts, celebrating his victory here. That's going to be a nice, good addition to the wallet of Bergeron. But he earned that. He held his ground on a final restart coming to 2 to go. And fortunately for him, he didn't have to hold on too long to capture that checkered flag. But just did well in everything here tonight, and well, he's going to walk away with a nice $100 bill in his pocket. So Bergeron takes that victory. Zach Leonardi second again, Jordan Casey third, so that battle goes in favor of the number 24. With that said and done, that'll be it for the Midwest Late Model Racing Series, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes with interviews from the top 3 and more. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Turkey Chase 125. We're here in Victory Lane with winner Alex Bergeron. And Alex, that was quite the dominant race you had there. You kind of drove away towards the end, but the caution came out with 6 to go. And tell us about those nerves those last couple laps.
Can you guys hear me?
I gotcha.
Alright, my Discord was muted for some reason.
Gotcha. Did you hear us for a second? Did you hear my question, or do we need me to repeat it for you?
No, sir.
Oh, okay,
no, sir,
all right.
sorry.
No, you're fine. We were wondering about your nerves there because you were dominated almost the entire race. The caution comes out with 6 laps to go, and the field gets reset right on your rear bumper. And what was going through your head coming to that final restart?
Yeah, I was a bit stressed. I just had to make sure I had a good jump there and take the lead back, and it was stressful. But I knew at some point, the caution would come out just to trying to reset the field, and I was just stressed about that. But we come over it and we won the race, so that's a good part of it.
Absolutely. We saw the track really migrate to that top lane, but towards the end, I'm looking at it right now, it got kind of greasy and slick up there, kind of got hard, but was the cushion enough to hang on to that top spot? Was there any speed left at the bottom at the end?
I don't think so. I didn't try it, but maybe I'd say 2/10 off, 3/10 off, maybe 2/10. I don't know. I didn't try it, but the beginning of the race, it was very, very good. And then it moved up, and Tyler passed me there, and Jordan as well. So I kind of tried to run the top good, and it worked out pretty good. So it was just being smooth and just trying not to hit the wall too hard, and take a good advantage on second.
And certainly the prize money not going to be a bad thing tonight for Alex Bergeron. Thanks for talking to us, Alex. That was fun to watch you dominate that race.
Absolutely. I would like to thank all my partners, NewOB.com, the sign shop at Kinney's, their collective, BK Designs for all the paint schemes. Go checking them out. All the guys watching tonight as well, Todd Bruckheimer, Coleman Gulick, and all the guys watching tonight, everybody. Thanks for joining in, and thanks for you guys for putting this race up, and thanks for broadcasting as well.
Absolutely, Alex. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you, sir.
All right, next guy we're to talk to will be Zach Leonardi in the number 24. And Zach, that was a great race you had there with Jordan Casey. Sliders going back and forth for dozens of laps, but ultimately you won the battle and the war, and you come home in second place. Tell us about that race. Microphone's muted there, Zach, just letting you know. All right, I don't know if we have Zach. We'll have to try that again here in a second, Finney, if you want to switch him out for Jordan Casey. Hey, Jordan Casey, you're having trouble getting a hold of Zach. You got a copy?
Yeah, I'm in here.
All right, well, we saw you and Zach go back and forth for dozens of laps, trading spots. Ultimately, he won the battle in the war, but coming home podium here tonight. That was certainly a lot of fun to watch you, but tell us about that race and how you ended up in P3.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, didn't really have anything for Bergeron. I don't think anybody did. He was pretty crazy up there, but that was pretty fun. Me and Zach racing back and forth there. Sliders.
We saw the bottom kind of have a lot of strength towards the beginning of the race, and in typical dirt fashion, kind of moved its way up the racetrack. But, of course, we saw you pulling a lot of sliders, but did they get more effective as the race went on, or were they less effective as the bottom lost grip?
I mean, it's a horse piece. If you got a good run on somebody, it's if they get into the wall, like up on that top, it's pretty easy to try, but it's just as easy for them to cross it over and turn back down you. So it's just a battle between everyone.
All right, Jordan. Well, thanks for talking to us. Nice, solid third-place finish for you tonight. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, man.
All right. All right, we'll try Zach Leonardi one more time and see if he's got a copy. Hey, Zach, you got a copy? Doesn't look like we have him here, so we'll trade him out again for Tyler Hudson. We'll talk to Tyler real quick. Hey, Tyler Hudson, you got a copy? No Tyler either, looks like, Finian. Well, maybe we'll try there's Tyler Ducharme down there. All right. Hey, Tyler, how are you? Are they muted on your end, Finian? Did you mute them?
I didn't mute them.
Why are they
actually trying to
muted?
check the channel.
Yeah, hold on one second. We'll Yeah, we'll just go down to the interview waiting room. That's a good idea, Tyler. We'll be down there in just a second, so we'll get that all sorted out. We'll drag Tyler back down. All right. Hey, guys, sorry for the technical difficulties there, but let's talk to Zach Leonardi first. Zach, we saw you trading spots there with Jordan Casey back and forth, pulling sliders and stuff. That was a lot of fun, but you won the battle in the war. Tell us how you pulled that off and how you came home P2.
I was just I was giving it all I had, and Jordan was racing me hard, and I was racing him hard back, and I was hoping I'd be able to get around him and get down to Alex, but even the one time I finally got by him, Alex was gone. So it was a lot of fun. Me and Jordan were, like you said, we were tossing back and forth there pretty much the whole race. So 125 laps of that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so tell us about that final restart there, because you were put in a position where you potentially could have had a shot at Alex. Were you kind of hoping there was a few more laps left there at the end and potentially run that 12 car down?
Well, when I was sitting there in a second, I was hoping for a caution real bad, because I'm usually pretty going to restart. So I was hoping I get to restart on the top and maybe pull a slider the way Jordan did on that one restart. And then, ironically, the second I hit the fence and lose second, yellow comes out. So I got a little lucky there with them guys above me getting into each other, give me the second back. But I was really hoping to get the restart out there in second and see if I could have a go at Alex on the restart.
All right, well, ultimately came home second place. What a phenomenal finish for you, Zach, and thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
All right, I guess we'll talk to Tyler Hudson now. Tyler, you got a copy?
Hey guys, what's happening?
There it is. All right, well, thanks for talking to us, Tyler, but you had a phenomenal run in the B main, coming from 10th all the way up to 1st, stealing the win away from the 60 right at the end, but the feature race was a little bit slower progress forward. You ultimately were running 4th and 5th most of the race, but got kind of hooked there towards the end. So walk us through the race and then that final restart.
It was really fun. The track changed a whole lot. Coming to the C main, actually, C main and then the B main, it was pretty eventful. I didn't expect to get up there in that B main, and then I look up and it's just I was like 5th and then 3rd, and then on that restart with that guy in the B main, I just got a good start, and that's the top was pretty fast. So I wish in the feature the bottom would have come in a little bit better. We might have seen a little bit better racing. The racing was good, but it could have been better probably. Everybody was on the top, but it was fun. I don't know what they're going to do with the scoring, but I feel like I should probably be 4th, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we will see what happens indeed. So walk us to that final restart. We didn't get a good look at it because it was the end of the race. We were focusing on the leader there, but did you just get stacked up there? It looked like there was a lot of people kind of restarting at different points. Yeah,
the guy in second, I was watching him and Alex. I had a good view of Alex, and I saw Alex take off, and the guy in front of me kind of didn't go, and then so I jumped on the gas a little bit thinking he'd finally go, and I just nicked him just a little bit, and I rolled out of it not to spin him out, and then I got hit from behind. So it is what it is. I think he said he was on one monitor, so he didn't really see the leader go, and that's why there was a little bit of hesitation with, with 3-lap shootout. A caution ends it, you're just chomping at the bit to go, so you're trying to get the best restart you can, and that's a really bad position to be in. But I hate it for everybody that got wrecked there. I wish I could go back and do something different, although I guess if I just would go a little easier, but it is what it is. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully, like I said, the scoring will get sorted out, and maybe they'll put us back before that caution came out, because we didn't even run 100 feet and it was over because of the end there. So they should just go back to the caution before that, in my opinion.
All right, Tyler. Well, thanks for talking to us, and hopefully get your spot back in 4th there. Your P11 as scored by iRacing, so we'll see how that gets all sorted out. But thanks again for talking to us, and we'll talk to you later.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'd like to give a shout out to the guys that put this race on. It's a really cool deal to let us all come out here and race for a little bit of money. And everybody raced really clean. It was a ton of fun. 2 and 3 wide racing all day long. So hopefully they put some more races on like this, and we'll go give it a shot again.
All right, Tyler. Thanks for talking to us. Have a good night.
Y'all too.
All right. Well, we also have Tyler Ducharme in here as well. And hey, Tyler, hopefully I said that name right, because I said it a lot here tonight. Thank God. All right. It's always hard with a new group of people. But we saw you have a fantastic first half of the race, and then ended not so great for you. Ended up 8th place. I know you wanted a little bit more, but tell us about that last half.
Yeah, I mean, I was starting on the pole, and I'd rather start in front, middle of the pack, work my way up. I out front there, I just tried to run my own pace, and I kept banging it out the wall. trying to keep Alex behind me, and me and Alex started throwing slide jobs, and I knew it wasn't going to end well, and I got into him a little bit, and it bent the quarter panel up, and I knew I had to fix it, or I wasn't going to be really competitive at the end. So I came in the pit with Zach when he had his damage, and I couldn't get out in time, and I ended up in the back, and it was just so hard to pass from the top, and I just kind of got stuck back there. So, I made it as many spots as I could, and I got to like 7th at one point, and I got turned on the back stretch with a couple to go there, and it didn't really matter. I don't know, didn't really have a shot to win, but still came back to 8th, so it didn't really affect me at all. So we'll take it.
All right. Well, Tyler, it was fun to watch your race there. I was wishing you could get a couple more spots back. You were real competitive there early in the race, but have to settle for 8th here tonight. Thanks for talking to us, and have a good night.
Yep, thanks, bud.
All right. And with that, Finian, we'll retreat back to our lair in the broadcaster lounge, and we'll finish off this broadcast here in just a moment. All right, Finian. Well, that was, for our first dirt broadcast, I think it went okay. Again, our knowledge base is not as extreme as it is in other forms of motorsports, so you have to forgive us there. We're going to go break one more time. I want to get a clarification on the scoring, so we'll be back in just a moment. All right, welcome back here to SYM TV. We're going to wrap this one up here. We have another broadcast starting in about a half an hour here, 10 o'clock Eastern time, but let's wrap this thing up. Fitting in the Midwest Late Model Racing Series here. That was a fun race night, 125 laps of feature racing, 4 heats, 2 C and B mains, and what a blast that was to watch.
Yeah, absolute thriller to watch for all 125 laps. A bunch of different guys up towards the front, but really around the middle part of the race, you saw the 12 of Alex Bergeron just appear and pretty much run away with this race since then. So fantastic job by him. Great racing between Leonardi and Casey. They went at it all race long, constantly swapping back and forth.
All right, well, we don't have a verdict yet on the final scoring positions. We have been informed that there will be some review from start to finish in the whole race to review any incidents. So what we're going to do is we're going to post the league website here in the video description and in the chat, and we'll get that sorted out so everyone can go and find out what the results are later, as Tyler Hudson especially is curious about getting his 4th spot back. So we're going to go try to get that link for you, if I can type it in here. Midwest Late Model Racing Series. Yeah, but talking about a quarter mile is obviously a very small track for these big cars, and of course you're really the only one of us two that has experience here. So what did you like watching tonight, and what were you a huge fan of?
Oh, I love watching was just how close these guys are getting without contact. Of course, some people got into each other here and there, but these guys are racing extremely close and not hitting each other as much as I thought they would have. So great job on that in front. What was kind of unfortunate, just it's not due to their fault. It was just the fact, just the track stayed. What Hudson pointed out too is the fact that the inside line kind of just went away and never came back. So these guys are pretty much stuck up towards the top, and there wasn't a lot of passing that can go on. So, but it still made for some fun racing. A lot of guys getting very creative in their passing. So, fun race to watch overall.
All right, well, that is going to be it from us here tonight. And if you're interested in watching some NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series action, in about 35 minutes, we will be live with the Virtual Racing League from Michigan Speedway, and that is bound to be a fantastic race. We covered Fuel's Michigan race here about a month ago, and that was a blast to watch. So come back here in about 35 minutes, watch that lap of that race. That's going to be a fun one to watch as well, and we'll be right back with you in about a half an hour. Thanks for watching and being with us here tonight for the Turkey Chase 125. It was fun to broadcast this, and hopefully we'll be back with more in the future. See you later. Have a good night.